tidings of what is happening in our city. Just as true royal brothers of right and his kingdom.
A fountain?
That
Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
All right. That seems like a fair deal.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler, and which reminds me, you'll need his otherwise you won't be.
What will I...
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn...
Well, no. But
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up.
Where can I find...
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing...
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is zum Eisernen Adler.
What would work?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get...
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both...
Don't be shy. Just listen. Quality goods here.
Hail Mary.
What's the matter?
Around here for
Drop something? shy. Come closer and take a look. Quality goods here. Come and take a gander. We've got it all. Greetings to you. A fine day for some fine wares.
A fine day for some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
God in heaven, you're seeing this.
The finest
two
pots.
wares.
I've got
Quality
lots.
goods.
Have a bowl as well. Sound as a bell.
Softest linen canvas. Come and buy the finest canvas.
Great. Happy to be of service. But they're first class, I have to admit. Thanks, Schneider.
Greetings. I'd like to...
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer here. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere else in this town.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks. And you impatient fella, what was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I want to see the king in the flesh.
Why's that?
Well, I heard a lot about him. How he won lots of battles, how he's courageous, just...
And as bad-tempered as the devil. He's got the councillors shitting themselves, fearing what's coming at this assembly. The more I think about it, the happier I am about not having to be there. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course.
All right. No, show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some...
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly, or...
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You'd better not.
New wares.
I'm sorry.
Dyed broadcloth. Beautiful colours. Striped fabrics.
Come and take a look.
Excuse me.
Just look at him. This villain is guilty of using faulty scales.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Our current Waffen arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at,
I'd like some
Eldris?
white.
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
Boy,
You're
are
the
you
one
deaf?
who should know where they
Wine.
come.
White.
Since you're a gunsmith.
I apologise.
What are you implying, Friedrich?
Which wine?
All
White
I'm saying is
Tokai.
that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what
are you deaf or
Schwierigkeit
something?
this is.
Wine. White.
The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the
Thank
region.
you, waiter.
We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight?
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I wasn't
The
paying
merciful
attention.
King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
It's not that long ago that some bandits burned down Bohunovitz. Nobody dealt
I'd like
with
some
them.
monastery wine.
Or as far
Refill
as
my
I
cup,
know,
boy.
even started investigating. The König has his own concerns at home, and one day he
I
will
apologize,
withdraw
sir.
his army.
Which wine?
Monastery red.
The king may turn up at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
Good,
We
sir.
can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht
Well,
wahr?
thank the
We are more
Lord.
than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
Refill, boy.
We can always ask the king to bring
I
order to
apologize,
the
sir.
realm with his army.
Which wine?
But then
Tokai,
the
right.
Dörfler
Are you
will rise
deaf?
up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
Sir?
Well, thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering
My
all the
cup
citizens'
is
needs.
empty.
But we have another bathhouse.
Pour me some wine.
My friend Adam from the baths in Hradec district told
I'd
me
like
about
to
it.
oblige, but
Says it's
not
filthy.
allowed.
Do you see that?
He's just envious.
Even the waiter's having a laugh
the
at us.
opportunity, and people are lining up to bathe there.
Is that true?
You there.
I'd find it hard to believe. A woman? No, really. It's clean, it's warm. You can get wine, something to eat, and don't get me started on the wenches.
So don't start.
All right, I'll go over there and investigate. The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor
Tokai,
a right.
and a full cup.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning
I
God's
apologize, sir.
plan? The
Which
Black
wine?
Death has nothing to do with the baths.
The white.
Unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important. But we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
Good, sir.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know,
I fancy some
Gunslin
Tokai.
absolutely
Refill,
hates
boy.
him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no
I
damage.
apologize, sir.
Ulrich,
Which
what
one?
have you got to say
Tokai.
about it?
White.
Well,
Are you deaf?
I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody knows. He wiped the floor with you.
Sir?
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king
Well,
might come
thank the
any
Lord.
time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself.
And a full cup.
Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
I apologize, sir.
Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident.
White!
You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending
Sir?
Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours,
Thank you,
as I've
waiter.
heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
You there, lad.
Did you?
A cup
That's
of bread.
grossly
And don't you
exaggerated.
stimp on me.
I don't think
Monastery
Rutard
red.
will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't
Sir?
do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and
Well,
soon.
thank the Lord.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go
Boy,
wild
I'd
and
like
do
some
whatever they
white.
want. I suspect
apologise,
the
sir.
gentleman from the city's
Which
sword
one?
fighting school
Tokai,
brought
that's
this
the
custom
white.
to us. First it was the German Menhard who was causing a stir there. Now Nicholas runs the place again. This way, the trouble is never going to
Sir?
stop.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker.
Don't hang around me. Vanish, you hear me?
And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof.
As you wish.
We're not some old fishwives on the marketplace.
Go.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are more pressing matters to deal with.
Refill, sir.
More
think I've come to
pressing
the
than
council
the
just to
open
guzzle
contempt
wine?
of the
Come
whole
here.
town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told...
Out with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
If someone has taken those gloves, you'll answer to me. So, let's see what you've got for me.
Found your gloves, sir.
Really? And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh. I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
There is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses.
Hey, waiter!
Just the village with the monastery.
I
And they are going to make a royal mining
Which
city.
one?
Why can't we build faster?
Right!
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites.
Good
You
sir.
pay them, they come late, or report sick. And if
About
they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right.
Okay.
And as for you,
And a full cup.
haven't you noticed
apologise,
there's a
sir.
war going on?
Which one?
Are
Okay.
the experts
That's
from
the
far
point.
off supposed to go in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Sir?
Oh, you do you? Then what would that
Good.
be?
Not
Like,
wrong.
for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith
You there,
dares to
lad.
insult me?
A cup of red.
I apologise,
Don't
sir.
you
I
speak
think
on me.
not.
Which wine?
Red.
Excuse me.
Quickly.
You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral. Just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild
Sir?
provided and still provides to the crown.
Thank you, waiter.
I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Gyurcsák össze! A legjobb katonánkat, és kelkinek útra!
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of false!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malachov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the key. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty... We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your...
I wouldn't be too sure. How does it...
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until
Or until you become a...
No fear of that in my case. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. I'd rather... But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of...
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as...
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
I'm glad you finally accepted.
Aye, after all that rain.
Good health to you, sir.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant. Chevalier I am a warrior.
My word.
Mais non!
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. And only... Oh.
So...
When they brought...
Oh.
My neck, but when...
Where have...
But of course, if you are interested in my... And if you are...
And you wouldn't buy any...
Which one do you...
How come...
I am open. My grade there?
You say you're a poet?
Jamais. This poet, I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood.
Sighs in church like she's moved by the sermon, but she should be...
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, and we are both a little unfamiliar. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical, and this is Samuel.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other. And why would they not?
Are you here to arrange some trip?
We have more serious matters to attend to here. The situation in the town and the kingdom. You have men and weapons. We have the...
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You want...
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, We could have paid...
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's...
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good...
Henry's done a few... For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead...
Wait. A blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel...
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
And that was all...
Why? He should have taken care of me.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, at least he took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the old Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out...
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that, there will be more suit...
Good health.
L'chaim.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many?
I would have expected a bit more sense. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
As it happens.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan... and the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But...
well... I'm curious how you hope to shut...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of...
If Sigismund decides to...
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't...
But he can't retreat either.
That would... And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by a... For the plan to work, we need allies. Their money, and we just need negotiators who'll push...
Are you saying you set everything in motion?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing...
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the behemoth.
You've got an interesting...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
I'll help you. What exactly should...
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
I'll get on.
I wish us both luck.
Success to our...
I'll tell you, nobody has the license to leave.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek, and he's a great lord.
I'd like to check your horses out.
Ha, even better.
And you might not believe...
Well.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest...
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegate...
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat. I got him a place at the Archbishopric. Only it wasn't long before they... And then, I find out he's settled in some backwater. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him. Lost everything.
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest than some...
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher.
You want satisfaction? Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now...
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher would...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back!
You don't know which end of that thing is up!
What the... Did they teach you that in the seminary?
You son of a bitch!
Stand firm!
Who told you
Otherwise,
that?
the first strike will put you on your arse! Left arm
Not bad
lower!
for a priest.
Swing with your whole arm!
Who told you that?
Not just your wrist!
Not bad for a priest.
Cover your
Who told
right
you that?
side! You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through! Look at my eyes, not at my sword.
Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Some quick take
that! Think you can face me, do you? Enough! That will do.
What's this? Are you following me?
My God. Father always said you were a good-for-nothing booze.
Nothing, I suppose.
Never mind.
Oh, you know how it is. The countryside is tough. It's dog eat dog. And you ought to know yourself.
Aye. Well...
So father would be satisfied. Only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his father...
Not at all. When I was 6 years old, I fell... He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to...
Only 3 days?
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until the... But now, I have a chance to...
And that's why you want to talk...
Aye.
That sounds very important. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you...
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. It's a nice idea.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be...
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not the only...
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Good day to you.
So, talk about...
And that's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
I'd like... You seem a bit... Oh, these grand hours. I'd be happier if they just told me in the morning how it all... But then you'd miss all the Oh. It seems Lichten...
And how's he gonna do it? Didn't you see...
Well...
The only...
Let's hope...
In that case...
A lot of weather out of...
No, that's to be expected. As long as Sigismund has the city council...
Well... At least there's a...
Sigismund confiscated his castle and half his estates. That'll be enough to make him mad. Not to mention that his son was killed.
Christ. So much to do.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and Jobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men at...
A few thousand men-at-arms, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but not my...
How can I persuade...
I need guarantees of security.
Of course.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to... I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord bless me with a large... I can't risk it all in a...
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also
believe...
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up... He's a youngster.
He's got battle experience.
If he gets it. Right now, on the other hand, the Lords of Lipa have a good reputation. And maybe it's...
So?
You're selling the skin of a boar. First, I want a confirmation that the...
And what if Lord...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he... The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Hey, where's that beer?
Sir Hanush,
You do?
I've gained us a...
And who is it? I hope it's not...
On the contrary, it's Bocek the...
Couldn't start? Why, how the hell did you...
Well...
You surely...
He's got a pretty
Stop beating around.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so... I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstad. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstad's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you! Take a look at that.
Greetings. Sir Bocek.
So Hanush agreed?
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end.
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink.
Cheers to the beautiful...
Here's to a good... I'll drink to that.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like...
God be with you.
Your diplomatic...
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that.
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps.
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions isn't... Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out.
How do you know Liechtenstein?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have, but they wouldn't dream of staying. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of...
Not only for people, but also for good food.
Who did you learn from?
I acquired the basics from my husband, and the rest I learnt quickly. So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help?
You manage large estates. And
I've managed quite well up to now, taking care of... If you want me to support you, you must...
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has...
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought...
Have you fallen out?
No. Alder is innocent. They're disappointed that I dared, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes...
And these...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and...
You were dealing with the...
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear.
I'm supposed to...
Haman Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them.
All right,
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebag. Bring them to me. But watch yourself. Odorin's groom has...
Good day, good day. He caused us a shipload of trouble. An interesting idea.
I've got those papers from...
Quiet! You don't have to announce...
My lady, with all the clamor going on here, here they are.
You're more capable...
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support...
Thank you, noble lady.
Yes, quite.
How could I refuse...
And to the...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you...
This is going to be a long story. I could use it.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now
Those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas!
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swilling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on you? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslaus' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red white, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
No, sire. It would be inappropriate for me to drink with you. I apologize.
As you wish. To your health, Marquardt. And to our upcoming victory.
I will clear my name. I will charge the enemy with cavalry. Break through their lines.
How'd you like a wine, Chevalier?
The art of winemaking recipe. I'm even the king.
So you're not...
Comment dire? If you try hard, you'll...
I'm filled with grease. The roast.
You in need of some.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. So, touching. Come now. What's
I never had one.
Truly? Not even a...
Not a bit. I'm just...
In that case, I'm quite sick.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a
Well, get something wet.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father... I had my eye on him all evening. And left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and...
You can bet on it. I've got...
I don't doubt it.
I am not sure. Were we?
But you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone, the sooner I would...
Stuff your craw anywhere. Let's drink home. This is about politics.
That may be true.
For the piglet!
I know what to do. The sword is purely ornament.
Damn it. Your name is unpronounceable. I bet you made it all up anyway. I will just call you Bravo. Excuse-moi. Half of the French court knows me by that name.
Well, not in France now. Here, nobody.
Compelling argument, any debate going on around it. What does it matter?
shit.
But when it comes to affairs of state...
The roast was calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
Remember, in the morning.
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. He wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! The surrounding crest of... Can't make it all.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp!
Big mistake for me.
Hey, stand for!
That one hit the mark.
Don't bear it! You're not up to it!
Stand your ground! Drive those horses out! More coming! Brace yourself!
No. I can't leave now.
Ah! Fucking whore sons! Oh! Good strike! Do it! For glory! Fuck you, whoreson!
You can't take me!
You're done here, horses. Suit yourself! That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Jobst long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while.
Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother.
But only almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally. The same as Rutard and Botchek.
Well, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either.
We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghout took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you. But von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
Markvart bragged about it to Sigismund, and Sigismund promised to make him Lord of Raborsh in return.
When he sees what von Berghout did with it, he'll shit himself.
You find that funny? Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat. Trust me.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
You want to give up now?
Nobody said anything. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his...
If I survive the journey. Oh, God.
And
You've done enough.
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait to find out what was to...
The king announced that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush this...
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible.
Anyway, we've got work to do.
Give me a moment. I'll go and see... Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with you.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse...
They could well have killed... If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm. Well, they killed. And they... Without them...
We'll figure...
But how? Get a grip. You're right. Nevertheless...
Actually, at Sigismund's council...
God, we need to get... I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more... Henry.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councils, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslaus reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished their throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, you need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire.
You are right. And you, boy.
To
today's.
Married the young Lord of Kirkstein.
I sure did. Watcher made sure it's unpronounceable.
How'd you like a... The recipe, even the king...
Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with you.
Good to see.
Oh, if it had...
Even a man.
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Volstein. And they captured... without them, we can hardly get the...
We'll figure...
But how? Get a grip. Whining... You're right. Nevertheless, I have...
Actually, Sigurd...
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay here. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready. Finds out about this.
You couldn't even defend us. Why did they even attack us?
No one knows where they're not sure of should not come here.
You did.
Sam, I need to have a...
Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your step...
Why?
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I reckon... Well, the thing is...
What? Pa's son? How the...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure?
When I was born, he was already long. Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit, now that I know I will never see him.
I can tell you about... This is not the end. We have Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people.
The king has a...
He's no king to me. He's a...
What's a gazero?
That is hard to...
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their... and all that with the king's...
This is what we were afraid of. But we need to get back into the city and get the... Will you come with us, Henry?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste...
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course, I borrowed it to...
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have...
Easy, Ingele.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is...
Are you coming too?
Of course.
Let's go then.
Borik.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on over there?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
Seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That Reuter Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
I would be happier if we could do without it.
We all would, lad. But it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to these people?
way, Henry. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're going to make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now.
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I think there's someone walking up.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down, I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Bloody hell. Shit. Oh, bloody hell. Ah, damn. Shit. Damnation. Ah, damn. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, fucker.
Show what you're made of!
Didn't see that coming, eh? Do it!
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid...
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation...
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. What about your mother?
She is, thank God. I told her...
I'm really...
There was nothing, Navis. I'm sure Mum is waiting for us.
You go ahead. I'll...
But sir, if any more of them come...
I can take care of myself. God be with you.
I have to help him. Bring Ma here.
I must get to Sam's mother first. Then we'll see.
Himmel! What?
Don't worry, ma'am.
Mein Gott! What happened?
Nothing. He's out on the street.
Wait!
My name is Henry.
Thank you.
Watch out! More are coming!
What's going on?
Sam, are you all...
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe.
Now we have to get to the city.
Through the backyards. Father... Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the rampart! Get rid of them! They're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards.
No, I shouldn't leave now.
Leave us alone! Somebody help us! Help us!
You won't get... Mein Gott! Was ist das?
Show your stuff! Fuck you!
I cannot breathe. We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Sehr gut. Even your own mummy will not recognize you now.
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what What about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
We are here!
Kiss them all down!
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are!
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside! We have to hold them back! For how long, though? As long as we need to!
What are you looking at, Colonel Bayonet? Leave him alone! Scum!
Good Hilfensäule, huh? Was klotzt du? And now
You're a dead man. You know that?
Send my greetings!
What's keeping you? There's more of us!
God may protect yourself, mate, you!
Destroy them!
Next one will be in your face! Aye, you're in!
Fuck you! Get your looks from your bar, or the ghost that...
Smash him on the head! Get the fuck! Verdammt! Meine Finger!
Burn in hell!
Nice hit! Smash him on the head! You're not up to it! He nearly knocked his block off! Yeah! Check his face! Bleeding like a stuck pig! Smash him on the head!
Not him! I want him alive! No!
We'll kick your ass.
Nice try!
Come in. Too
slow.
Fuck
you!
You got him. Nice kick. Bleeding like a stuck pig. You won't be able to take another one like that. Good. One more and we can go home. Yeah, back his faces. Come on.
Say a prayer if you can.
For glory and carnage, die!
Come in here.
Show what you're made of.
Show your stuff. Do it myself. My greeting to the devil.
Get ready to
We'll
have
rid
the
this
balls
place
to
of you
the
scum!
With this bastard.
Die, you wretch!
Show what you're made of.
You have been attacked.
Pay for that! Yeah! Don't spare him!
No, you don't. Blood, yeah. Light him up.
No chance!
It's a
We don't take kindly to fuckers like you.
You can hardly stand, arsehole.
Do it myself!
No chance! Show what you're made of! Hey! You stole!
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
God more mir. Let's go. It's this way. Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Just leave them here like this.
There's nothing we... Where is Miriam? Where is she?
Thank you, boy.
Return, O Lord, how long shall thou be of wrathful? Have compassion for thy servants. Blessed is the mercy every morning. He may rejoice in glad
Don't worry, even if that happens, we'll be...
Fuck!
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Is there
Mein Gott, now we have to man...
I know that...
What?
I do.
Borich Hashem.
I mean, not actually by blood.
Meinen Sie's Kindele?
He,
Oh, der Hinnerschutz.
Sigismund burned down my...
I am... At least you...
I'm sorry.
Do not worry.
Is everything all right?
Yes.
How did...
It was such a... He wanted...
And...
The rab, then it went schlag auf schlag.
what?
No,
Not for a lack of suitors.
but we saw them all off pretty quickly.
So what...
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a Goy is Isur, but Martin would not...
That means pregnant.
Yes, I did not even have time to tell Martin. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone, and he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not...
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as...
If only he had gone all the way.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough.
And did you ever...
I asked around, but no one remembered him, and I could not just...
Alright.
Before you go...
Well, though I dream about... He said a life of adventure can be over before it...
He was absolute.
Well...
You saved all... He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep... Even if not related...
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do know... What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka.
I will see you there then. But first, I have...
Everything should be alright.
Take care of yourself, dear brother.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.